Hi, my name is Carl Emilius, and today Carl helps you understand the HP 5500U Ryzen laptop. Let's go. Carl's gonna help you. And if you're looking for a laptop, you're not looking to spend $1,000 or maybe not even $750. I have a laptop that is by far the best bang for your buck. If you're looking for, I don't like to use the word cheap. You want a nice economic buy, but you don't want to spend that $750 to $1,000. You should get an HP 14-inch. It's a Ryzen 5500U with 8 megabytes of cache. This laptop is by far the best buy for people who aren't really interested in spending a lot of money on a laptop. Let me get into this right now. Thanks. Once again, we're looking at the HP 5500U laptop. For $500, it is the best buy if you're not willing to spend anywhere, $750 or even $1,000. So what does the HP 5500U have? Well, it has a Ryzen 5, and I have the screenshot right in front of me. It has the Ryzen 5 5500U processor. So that processor has 6 cores. It has a base clock of 2.1 gigahertz. I mean, it is, 12 threads. It has 3 megabytes of L2 cache. It has 8 megabytes of L3 cache. See that with the 6 core? And the boost clock of up to 4 gigahertz. That is huge. For $500, that is ridiculous. And you sum it up, you add the 6 cores, and you can do a little stuff here. You can actually do a little video editing. Okay, will it be the greatest? Probably not, but it's good. It's decent. Big thing here is DDR4 to up to 3200 megahertz, and LPDDR4 up to 4200 megahertz, which is ridiculous. It has AMD Radeon Graphics. The graphics core count is 7 cores, and the graphics frequency is 1800 megahertz. So not that bad at all. And the biggest thing that I'm doing now is this thing is fully upgradable. And that's what we're going to do in this video. Thank you. Okay, so we're looking at the laptop and it's opened up. I'm looking at the keyboard mainly right here. The keyboard, for what you get for $500, it seems pretty responsive. I'm liking the keyboard. Okay, you see the screen? The screen looks good. The Ryzen, this is a Ryzen 5 2nd generation with AMD Radeon inside. Okay, turn around. So here we have some of the ports right here. We have a USB-C. Now remember, this does not do video. It's only data only. It's a 5 gigabits per second. This is USB 3.0. 3.0. These are Type A 3.0s. And we have an HDMI. Again, this is the first generation HDMI. It's not the 2.0. So, but you can get 4K, but you only get it up to 30 megahertz, not 60 hertz, excuse me. And you get your power. That's the power input. I have the power cord right here. It is small, okay, but still, this laptop can be powered for hours. That's one of the benefits. And I wanted to show you something here. Is right here. This is some of the critiques of this. Again, everyone's critiquing this laptop. It's a $500 laptop, and everyone's critiquing it as if it were a $750 to $1,000 laptop. I feel that's unfair. People are doing that to HP. Again, I am not sponsored by HP at all. They are not paying me one dime for this video. So I'm just saying it's a critique. You critique a $500 laptop as a $500 laptop. Okay, so moving to the other side. We have, this is rare, again, a $500 laptop has a an SD slot right there. Okay, and we have the hard drive and power lights right there as well. So pretty good, solid, like just a good overall laptop. So what I'm going to do Okay, we pressed the power button. The power button was right here. And look, it's already on within, wow, a couple of seconds, really fast. This second generation Ryzen, I believe it's 8 megabits of cache as well. Unbelievable, unbelievable fine. So I'm gonna go on the touchpad. I'm clicking. There it is. Pretty responsive. I'm gonna enter my PIN. Wow, this is responsive. I mean, it's quick. And remember, this only has 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you have a Ryzen, one thing about the Ryzens, if you want to get the dual memory capability, you want to see what the processor is all about with the RAM, you really need to upgrade to at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. And we're going to do that. We're actually going to do 32. So I'm looking at the screen. The screen looks really nice. If you go over, the screen looks beautiful. I'm just going to click some things. Calendar, wow. Calendar comes up almost immediately. This is very responsive, very responsive. Let's go here. I'm scrolling the scroll. The scroll is, it's all right. I mean, it does a job. Have I seen better? Yes, I have, but I mean, for scrolling, it's very good. Let's do solitaire. Let's click on one thing. Pretty responsive. Look at it again. So really good. Sounds really good. Okay, so here's the camera. I'm recording you, you're recording me. This is what you see. It's at 720p. So I mean, it's an okay camera, all right? It's not anything great, but hey, for a $500 computer, this 5500U, still, this is great for meetings. It's not bad. Is it great? No, but it's certainly not bad. Good camera. So one of the things I want to do is I want to uninstall some of this before I upgrade the computer to I mean, I can't believe 32 gigabytes of RAM and a 1 terabyte NVMe drive. I want to get rid of all this garbage. Like Microsoft 365, uninstall. I just want to do some of this. I don't want to record all this. So basically, I'm going to install some things like Google Chrome, et cetera, and I'm going to uninstall some things. So if you're comfortable about computers, this is very basic. So I'm not going to film all this, but I just gave you one example of uninstalling. I went to the control panel and I saw Microsoft 365. I have Office 2010, that's good for me. And I'm going to uninstall. Okay, so I just recently upgraded to Windows 7 because I had a good deal because I bought this laptop and it was included with the laptop. It was Windows 10 home. It is Windows 11 now, and I'm liking it. It's very simplified. But let's get back to the 5500U laptop by HP. What I told you is to delete all the bloatware, like all the HP stuff. There's like antivirus stuff from McAfee. You get rid of that. You know how to do it. You go to control panel and then you uninstall. Everybody knows how to do that. Okay? So, and if you don't, I think I got a link on that video. So what I really want to get to is, okay, we have everything. I installed Office 2010 because I don't feel like purchasing another Office or getting Office 365. So what I want to do is I want to upgrade. This is the fun part, actually upgrading the machine. And I wanted to show you something. So it's a little different. There's control panel right down here. I'm going to zoom in. Here's control panel right there. I'm going to click on it and this comes up. And if you go to backup and restore, it has Windows 7, disregard that. It's misleading. So you have two things. It says create a system image and create a system repair disk. Now I did both, okay? Now what I did is I went over here to create a repair disk. This is what I hit. I did old school. Now everybody knows this is a DVD burner right here. I burnt a repair disk right here. So basically what you do is you click on it and it says, okay, a system repair disk can be used to boot your computer. Okay, it also contains Windows system recovery tools that can help you recover Windows from a serious error. So that's what I did. I selected the drive, which is the DVD RW drive right here. I put in the DVD and I pressed create a disk, okay? I'm not gonna go through it because it's very easy, okay? And then what I also did, so that was create a system repair disk. I said create a system image. What does that do? I clicked on it and it says a system image is a copy of the drives required for Windows to run. So basically it's everything that has this Windows 11 information. It's the drive that has it, which is this right here, this Neo. So what happens is this is an SSD, a 2.5 SSD. It's I have one of those Samsung Pro drives, an old one. Like I got a 128 gigabyte drive. I put it in here and I selected a hard drive because DVDs might take forever. So I selected a new volume, which is this, and I said next, and that's all you do, and it creates it. It took me about 10 or 12 minutes to do it, and I'm done, okay? So that's where that is. Okay, and that's create a system image. I wanted to go over this because this is the easy way to do it. I don't want to go through it right now because it's really basics about computers. If you have a question, just hit me up on YouTube. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. So one thing I'm excited about is that this laptop is upgradable. What do I mean by upgradable? It can be upgraded to allegedly 32 gigabytes of RAM, and you can do 1 terabyte SSD. That's an NVMe SSD. So let's look at this and figure it out. Okay, so now we are going to actually go into this laptop. Now I want you to know the screws. So we go over here. There's no visible screws right here. There's a screw here. There's a screw here. There are screws here. And there's a screw here. No, there's no screws in the back, huh? No screws in the back. So that means there are screws here and there are screws here. And we have to get those all off. Okay, so we're gonna do that right now. I got a kit, it's by IFIXIT. There are any number of kits. Everything I'm gonna have is listed below the video in my YouTube. So anything you need, you have any questions, just hit me up. I'm gonna use this IFIXIT kit because it has everything I need. Okay, I just wanted you to show it. So there's a screw here. Careful, you don't want to strip them. Got that out. Little screw. I'm going to put them here. I should just put them right near the laptop. There's a screw here. There's a screw here. Okay, you turn it, I'm screwing right here. I just wanted you to see this whole thing. And there's a screw here. Okay, those are all done. But now, I need to get this part. I need to get these out. So you have to be very, very careful. We have to figure that out. So I think I'm going to use something like this. See what happens. So I barely, I wanna, ripping it out. You want to get the film out. You kind of want to get this out, but I can fix it. Piece of film that I ripped off, I shouldn't have done that, but you know what? I can get it back on. I'm not really worried about it. So I got it off with this because you don't want to use something metal. Metal will scratch it. So there's a screw right here, which I'm going to get. And I took it off, and I got to remove this part right up here as well. So this time I'm going to be more careful. I'm much more careful with this one. So that was not perfect. I guess it's trial and error for the first one. So I got a screw here, I got a screw here, and I got a screw here. So let's take this out. Screw right there. Let's take this one out. Screw right here. And let's take this one out. Screw right here. And I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to physically show you all the screws. So one thing about HP, I don't know whether they want you to do this or not do this because the screws are hidden, but I want you to, I'm going to show you something. Right here, there's a screw here, 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 and here, and here. Basically those screws, the biggest thing, like I said, are this. Be careful taking this off because you can strip the liner here, which I did in the first one, but I'm confident I'm going to fix this one right here. So now that the laptop is open, we're going to look at some of the features of the laptop, like the start menu, how much memory it has, etc., etc. So here we go. The case is undone. Now, how did I do it? I took a piece, I used this right here. I used this, and when the laptop was standing upright, I'll show you. I'm gonna put this on like this. Okay, hold on one second. I don't want to go through this, but what I did is I pried right up in front here like this. I want you to go. I kept on prying like this and gently going over like this. That's all I did till I work it around. That's what you're going to have to do. I don't want to do a whole video on this. I took this flat part from this IFIXIT set. That's what I did with this. I pried it slowly. Be very careful because you can damage some of the internal components, but it's really made for it. Just be careful. And I went all the way around. I went around both sides. And I eventually, it popped off. So I'm going to flip it. I'm going to close this just to show you, give you perspective. And I'm going to flip it. And the cover goes off like this. See that? I just wanted to show you that. I'm going over some of the component area of the, of the laptop, the 5500U by HP. This is the memory. It comes with 1 8-stick. We're gonna take that out. We're gonna put 2 identical memories in, 8 sticks. So one here and then one here. This is an NVMe. SSD, the 256 we have, it is right here. This is your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth. If you want to change it or keep it, I suggest just keeping because it's pretty good for the value. This is your battery. I just wanted to show you all the main parts. So let's go with the memory right now. I'll be back. Okay, so here is the memory. The memory is, I got 32 gigabytes of, okay, 16 gigabytes each of DDR4 3200. Okay, it's Clev. All right, so everything you need is below this video. What the memory is, how to get the memory link. Okay, so I'm gonna install it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go here. This is the 8 gigabyte. And we are going to take that out. It's Samsung memory. Huh, everything is Samsung. So I'm gonna put that over there. We're gonna put the other memory in there. Okay, we're gonna take this right here. We're gonna line them up. There's different grooves right there. Make sure it's in. I have to put down my camera, hold on. Okay, that's snapped in. What I had to do is I had to make sure both this and this were out, and then I could just force it down gently and it just snapped in. Now I have to do this module. Again, flip it. Okay, I'll turn it. Okay, so both the memory is installed. That's 32 gigabytes. It's a big step up. One thing about the Radeon, the 5500Us, second generation AMD RYZEN, they really benefit from dual channel. I mean, it's okay with 8. It's decent, but it'll be huge when you get another stick. I highly recommend getting a stick. Okay, so this is the NVMe. This is the 256. So I'm going to take my trusty screwdriver. Gently, you don't want to force anything. If this doesn't seem like it fits right, get another one, because you don't want to damage anything on the motherboard. So we go right here. Now, I'm going to keep this as a backup. I'm not going to do anything with it. It's only 256. I would just keep this old one as a backup because it has all your operating system on it. If you ever were to lose it, you have everything. So I'm going to put this over here. And this bad boy is the Sabrent. It's a new brand, but I like it. They're highly reliable. I can't talk. They're very good if you're doing Hackintosh for Apple. Apple loves these. But the best bang for the buck, though, the Samsung are very, very good as well. But I just choose this because they're cheaper and I've never had a problem with them. So I'm just lining it up. I feel like it. Put it in right there. Make sure everything's in. I don't want to force it though. Okay, I think it's in right there. It's in down like that. Let's get that screw. So let's get that screw. Okay, I'm screwing it on. You don't want to get too tight. Okay. So it's in the Sabrent. And make sure you get one that's around 3,000 megabits per second. I think that's the one you want. You don't want older ones because you're not going to get your speed. These can go fast, not as fast as the new one, like the 570 boards that can do 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000. These are about 3,000 or 3,500 as far as the speed. Now everything is on the motherboard. I assembled both the memory sticks and the NVMe 1 terabyte by Sabrent. That's what I want to do. Can you believe this? A $500 laptop, you can have this massive upgrade that will help the performance big time. I'm doing it right now. Okay, we're going to put the back casing on. It's all plastic. No, but I mean, what are you going to get? It's $500. It's $500. $500. Okay, we're going to put the plastic on. Okay, we're doing it right now. Okay, so we're going to put this on. Putting this casing on. Let's be careful. I'm trying to put it on. It's starting to click. I just want to check. I have 3. I got 2. I got 1. And I got 2. Okay. So I'm just clicking all this back in. Hopefully all this okay, I'm going to click the front. Okay. I don't want to really ruin the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this and I'm just going to see if everything can click in. It looks like it can. So what I'm going to do, oh, here we go. I just feel around a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to carefully put all these back. Big screw, screw. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm finishing putting the screws back on. You don't want to get them too tight, just enough. And I get this one, and right when they stop, that's when I stop. And right here. Okay, and I'm taking this one. And I take this one. Okay, so now I just check all of them. I do a little check. I don't want to force anything. I'm just turning it left. Okay, so now we're done screwing it in. This is exciting stuff, okay? All right. Okay, so now we're back. Now, remember this? Remember where the cushion pads were? Right here, and then right here. And we have to line them up. First of all, remember the one I ruined? See that? I ruined that a little bit right here. I ruined it right here, but there's a lining all through here. I managed to get it back somewhat decent shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to line it up like this. I'm going to line it up like this, and I'm going to try to put it back. I'm going to line it up, and I notice it's not entirely perfect. So I'm going to line it up right about here, and I'm just going to hold it, and I'm going to line it down here. And I'm really going to move it because it was kind of moved. Okay, you're going to line it up, and I'm going to gently just try to get this back as much as I can. This is back as gently as I can. I'm going to do this one too. This one I didn't ruin. Put this in the plastic. But I'm going to line this up as well. Just going to line it up, let it rest. Just go slowly. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, so one of the things we have to do is we're going to have to boot up and load the operating system. Now, there's two things I did. I created a Windows utilities disk or a startup disk or whatever it is. It is not the actual Windows operating system. I needed to create that disk so I can boot into the image I saved of the laptop. So that image will be loaded into the new 1 terabyte NVMe drive. And I'm going to show you how you do it. All right. So we have I'm doing this old school. I have a DVD ROM drive, and I have this cool little iNeo. It's a 2.5 SSD drive. Okay, you just put the SSD drive in there and you plug it in. This is in the USB-C port. This is in the USB 3.0 type A port right there. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is press the delete key in the startup. I got to put the actual repair disk in so I can load up. What I want to do is I want to boot through this. I want to boot to this so I can get to this right here, the SSD. I want to boot to this so I can get to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this drive. And let's see here. I'm going to press the delete key or the escape key. Let's turn on the power. See, press any key to boot. What I did is I pressed the delete key and I said press any key to boot. So I turned on the power and this started running and it said press any key to boot the DVD drive. So I pressed any key and now this screen came up. I don't know exactly if that's the correct way to do things, but I have to see because this is a new laptop. Usually you would press the delete key and that will get you to the boot menu. So we'll see. Okay, it says choose your keyboard layout. I can move these. I'm going to say US for United States. Troubleshoot. Startup repair, no. Command prompt, install updates. System image recovery. Let's go down there. Select a system image backup. So I'm going to choose next. It's this one right here, right there. So I'm going to choose, you just use the arrows. I'm going to say next. Let's see, format and from this, exclude this if you're unable to select them. Okay. I'm going to choose next. Your computer will restore from the following system image. Yes, I'm saying finish. I gotta press the tab button. Yes. I'm restoring disks. And we're restoring the disk image. Okay, now I'm restoring the disk. It might take a few hours, so I'm not going to record the whole thing. Okay, we're going to restart now. Okay, so I turned off the computer, I turned it back, and it should work now. So I'm waiting for it to boot up, and let's see what we got here. Here we go, it's loading up. It's kind of slow. So I think I might have to update the drivers, but this is basically what you do. That's it. We're all done. We're going to see the screen. Hopefully it's coming up. Boom, there we go. Click, put in my pan. We are done. Look at that, done and done. All my settings are here exactly the way I left them, all right? That's it. This is one awesome laptop. I just want to show you installed RAM, 32 gigabytes of RAM. So you can update that, absolutely. And I updated my 1 terabyte drive, as I showed you. I just got to figure this out. Like, I have to format that, but that's the 1 terabyte drive. It took my other image, so it only shows 256 right now, but I'm going to fix that. Now we put together a whole computer, It's upgradable. It's upgradable to 32 gigabytes of RAM. I have a 1 terabyte Sabrent drive in this. One thing, when you're imaging, make sure BitLocker is turned off, but you got to look at this. What a deal. What a deal you have here. This is the ultimate laptop. I did it. It's upgradable. It is not rumored. It can go up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. You can have a 1 terabyte NVMe drive in it as well. What a pure value this is. I mean, look at the way this is rendering video, like it's nothing. Granted, I have to bring down the megahertz here, but it's rendering like it's nothing because it's 6 core. I mean, look at this. It's rendering video. This is like, when I upgraded this is unbelievable. Thanks for watching the video. Click the like button if you liked the video. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.